Ever feel like there's this invisible force field, like everyone's getting pushed toward the same like successful career paths?
It's really interesting, right? And that's exactly what we're diving into today with Andrew Yang's book, Smart People Should Build Things.
Right. So like his big argument is about, well, where does all that talent go, after graduation and all that?
Yeah. And more importantly, like, where should it be going if we
Yeah.
really want, what's best for the economy, that is?
So paint a picture for us. Say you're graduating, you're at like Harvard, surrounded by all these crazy smart people.
Right.
What's the vibe?
Well, Yang describes it like so clearly. He's like, you're surrounded by all these brilliant minds, but everyone's aiming for the same things. Wall Street, big consulting firms.
It's almost like the
Good folks.
yeah, like the path to success.
Totally. And he's got the numbers to back it up too. Like almost a 30, I think it was like 30% or something of Harvard's 2011 graduates. They all went into finance or consulting. It's wild. Like this huge concentration of brain power,
Yeah.
all going to the same places.
Yeah, and I get it. Good money, working with these like big name companies, and you're learning valuable skills.
Oh, absolutely. And these firms, they know how to make it tempting. They've got the resources. Like, do you know Goldman Sachs spends something crazy? Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they spend $50,000 per recruit.
Whoa.
It's insane.
Okay. Yeah, no wonder it feels like this like powerful magnetic pull. But here's where Yang flips the script. He says all this talent, like funneling into these specific industries, might actually be hurting the U.S. economy over time.
It makes you think, right?
Big time.
Like what we think is successful, maybe it's not the whole story.
Exactly. So if it's not these big companies who are the real, like, unsung heroes driving things, who does Yang want us to pay attention to?
Yeah.
It's startups. He's like, those are the real MVPs.
Right. It's kind of funny when you think about it.
Totally.
We always hear about these like giant corporations, the Googles, the Amazons, and the big job creators. Right.
Right.
But Yang's like, hold on a sec. He points to all this research. There's this Kauffman Foundation study that's like really eye-opening.
Okay.
It basically says those startups, the ones grinding it out, like maybe even just a couple of people in their garage, those are the ones actually moving the needle on, like actually creating jobs.
That's kind of amazing. It's like a total perspective shift.
Totally. And it's not even just about the jobs. Like Yang makes a really strong case that smaller companies are just inherently way more innovative.
Yeah, makes sense. They kind of have to be scrappy.
Exactly. They don't have that luxury of like coasting on some big brand name that everyone already knows, right? Or some massive customer base.
Yeah.
They've got to fight to stand out.
Which means they got to take more risks, push the boundaries.
Exactly. And that's where you get the really cool innovative stuff. Like Yang throws out this stat. Companies with, I think it's under 500 employees, they actually hold 13 times 13 more patents per employee compared to these massive corporations.
Get out of here.
13 times.
Yes. Nuts, right? That's wild.
It really makes you think about where all the like creative energy is actually happening.
And the impact you could have. Like if you were part of a smaller team building something new.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Instead of being like one tiny cog in this huge machine.
You could design the machine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, but Yang's not just about identifying the problem.
Yeah.
Right? He's got ideas. He actually talks about like, what can we do about this?
Yeah.
How do we get more of those super smart people excited about building something new
Right.
instead of just following that traditional corporate path?
Okay, so what's the secret sauce? How do we make that happen? Yeah, so what's the secret sauce? How do we make that happen?
Well, Yang gets like kind of radical with some of his ideas. He's like,
Yeah.
we got to totally change the way we think about all of this, like fundamentally shift the mindset. We need to make entrepreneurship cool again,
I love that.
right? Like he even suggests stuff like, imagine if universities, instead of having, another law firm presentation,
Right.
they had like entrepreneurial hour. And you're hearing from like founders who, they were in your shoes once and now they've built these incredible companies.
That's way more inspiring than like analyzing a contract or whatever.
Totally. He wants to create this like buzz, this energy around building something from scratch.
Oh.
And he talks about mentorship a lot,
Oh, interesting.
which I think is huge. Like having someone who's been there, done that, someone who can kind of guide you through the whole crazy journey of startup life.
Makes sense. Imagine having access to someone who's already navigated all the like landmines and pitfalls of the startup world.
Right. And can share all those like hard-won lessons so you don't have to make the same mistakes they did.
Especially because it's got to be tough. building a company from the ground up, no walk in the park, right?
Oh, definitely not. And Yang's, like, really upfront about that. He actually compares starting a business to having a kid.
Oh, wow.
Like you've got this moment of inspiration, this great idea, and then it's like months of sleepless nights,
Yeah.
maybe even years.
Uh,
You're going to hit roadblocks you never even saw coming. There are going to be setbacks, maybe even some spectacular failures along the way.
He actually quotes Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn. He said, "Remarkable careers are unlikely to advance in a straightforward, linear fashion."
Oh, that's such a good one.
It's so true.
You got to embrace the chaos, the ups, the downs, all of it.
Ride the roller coaster.
Exactly. It's all about learning from those bumps along the way. And that's where Yang says, like, having a strong network is so crucial. Your friends, your colleagues, mentors, even that random person you met at a conference who works at a VC firm,
Yeah.
they can all become like these incredible resources and sources of support.
So it's like building a support system for your dreams almost.
Exactly. And, when you put it all together, I think the big takeaway from Yang's book, the thing that really stuck with me, is this idea that we need to, like, redefine what success actually means.
Hmm. Interesting.
Like, he reminds us that the really groundbreaking stuff, the real innovation, that often happens outside of those big, well-established companies.
Makes you think about taking a chance on something new.
Totally. It's about having the courage to build something yourself,
Yeah.
embracing the uncertainty. Who knows, maybe you'll be the next big success story.
Working out of your garage, changing the world, one line of code at a time.